Hey there, welcome to Scorpion Insights. I'm Jamie Adams, and I'm talking with Travis T-Rev Carter today. Travis, T-Rev.
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 Yeah.
All right, T-Rev. We're going to talk about marketing strategy.
Okay.
All right. High level. I'm a business owner. Let's just take your city, Pflugerville, Texas, suburb of Austin. I'm a plumber in Pflugerville, and I'm just starting my business. How do I figure out what's the right marketing strategy for my business?
I'm going to say something here. I've talked to a lot of contractors.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say not word of mouth.
Okay, not word of mouth.
What I want them to do is I want to get them more, but I'm starting online.
Okay.
When I talk to people, they get afraid to invest online, but that's where 90% of the consumers are looking for the likes of them.
Yeah.
And they just want to live off of word of mouth, which is so reactive. I want people to take control of their destiny is what it is.
Yeah.
So check out this quick stat. If you're an HVAC contractor in Pflugerville, even if you're the small guy, you've never been online or you're not being found online.
Okay.
84% of people looking for an HVAC contractor,
Yep.
when they go online, they don't have a single person in mind.
Okay, so they're starting from scratch.
Yep.
Okay, so let's think about this. Like one of the things that I think is interesting, because we work with thousands of contractor businesses, plumbers, HVACs, electricians, lots of other verticals in the home services space. But let's just take contractors. We know for a fact that when they think about digital marketing, oftentimes they get really intimidated.
Yep.
Like they don't know where to start, right? So they oftentimes rely on, like you said, word of mouth. They kind of just lick their finger, put it in the air, hope I get some customers.
That's a wish.
Yeah, that's a wish, right?
Yeah.
So the benefit of starting online is like you're starting from a clean slate. You've got just as much of advantage as the other guy or gal down the street because 84% or so of people that go to Google don't really have somebody in mind.
Absolutely.
So if you can show up, you got a chance to actually acquiring a new customer.
And the great thing about that, 84% of them then call.
Okay.
So
Great.
if you're needing new business,
Yep.
and you're not the most popular kid
Yep.
on campus, it's okay. Let's get online. So first thing you want to think about, I'm in Pflugerville.
Okay.
You're a contractor. Think about the type of customer you want to go after.
Okay.
Think about the demographic you want to reach.
Yep.
Do you want to be the budget guy or do you want to be the high quality guy? I
Yeah.
was talking to a guy, it was like budget plumbing or something like that.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, I want all high end. My head
Probably not the best
tilted.
name if you're-
think about the name. All right. So, but you want to think about that and where my people are at geographically.
Yep.
And then you want to, one, get a website
Okay.
to show that brand, what it is you're trying to convey, whether you're the affordable guy, whether you're the high end, the tech guy,
Yep.
you can do all the things.
Yep.
And then you want to be found.
Right.
So we talked about those 84% of people.
Yep.
So they're going to go online, they're going to do a search, they're going to go to Google, they're going to go to Bing, they're going to go to a search engine.
Yep.
And you need to show up on the first page.
Okay. That's really complex. Let's go back to the website piece.
Okay.
Why is the website important? It's 2024. Like for years people have been saying, oh, websites, they're going out of style. They're not really important anymore. What's your perspective there? Why is a website important from your point of view?
Again, it's your first touch point. You don't get the second chance to make the first impression.
Yep.
I know that sounds cliche.
Yep.
And it's what differentiates your brand. It's how they're going to research.
Yeah.
What do you have on that website that sets you apart, that sells you? You want to have content selling you, but you want to have a content that's also educating. That's where they're going to find it at. So you have to have the website.
Yeah, I always say that the website is like the one asset online that represents your business that you have end-to-end control of.
Yeah.
Right? You can't control exactly what shows up on Google, right? If you've got a Facebook business profile, you're contained to that format of that profile, right?
Yeah.
Your Google My Business or Google Business profile page is the same. It looks the same as the guy down the street. But your website is the asset that you have kind of end-to-end control on, right? You can decide what it looks like, right? You can decide what content is on that actually talks about your business. And I think that from my perspective, a lot of business owners kind of don't really think about it from that point of view, right? They just, I need a website, I buy a domain or URL, and I just put something up there, right? But I think the thoughtfulness of how you want to be represented, because again, you own that real estate, right? So what do you see? You talk to a lot of contractors. What are some best practices around establishing that website that you see that are really important?
Well, aesthetically, it is a beauty contest, and you have about 4 seconds because that's the human attention span.
Yep.
4 seconds. So they're looking in the first 4 seconds.
Yep.
Are you quality? Are you high end? Just even the way your font shows up.
Right.
Can people quickly read? Is it legible? And about 75, I like to go back to these stats, 75% of people will decide on who they call based on the credibility, the aesthetics of the website.
Yep. Yep.
So again, that's one thing that you can control. You want to get that phone ringing.
Yep.
Make the website look pretty.
Okay, great. Love that. That's a great way to make it look pretty, right? Grab people's attention. 4 seconds to get their attention. Really, really critical. Okay, so let's go back a little bit to the strategy component. You've got a website. Let's say you're the plumber or the HVAC guy or gal in Pflugerville, right? Let's go back to what you said around who do I want as a customer?
Yeah.
Right? If you're starting out in Pflugerville, right? Pflugerville is a really small town outside of Austin. Should I focus on just attracting people in Pflugerville first? Or should I say, man, Austin's a much bigger market. I'm going to go try to get people out of Austin to come and hire me.
Okay.
What's the right approach?
I'm going to give you one of my depends answers.
Okay.
I'll say this first. I think you should dominate your backyard.
Okay.
Pflugerville's a cool place. I live there.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest place because Google search engines, they're looking at proximity
Yep.
of where that searcher is at.
Right.
So if your business is placed in Pflugerville, you want to do some foundational things. Get yourself set up, your Google business profile, get your listings in order, your name, address, and phone number to show that, hey, I am in Pflugerville.
Yep.
Start getting customers for Pflugerville. You can do your search engine optimization. You tag it in such a way that it shows up, hey, I am a Pflugerville provider.
Yep.
Your ads, same thing. Now you can start branching out. The reason why I say it depends is if someone doesn't have a really big budget, what you want to do is concentrate on that backyard because it's less expensive. It'll be easier for you to break in to that area.
Yep.
You have a big budget, then start with Pflugerville, but you can go far and wide. You can target all of Austin. You can invest more into the search engine optimization. There's different strategies and tactics that'll allow you to be seen, but it does take time. Because if your business is in Pflugerville, but you want to hit towns like Austin, Round Rock, that can take a little bit of time for you to show up from an organic standpoint. And the maps, below the maps is what I'm talking there.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I always say start with the backyard and start growing out from there.
So T-Rev, if I'm hearing you correctly, just a couple of insights to wrap up. Number one, hope is not a strategy, right? If you're starting out thinking about marketing strategy, be intentional and start online, right? 90% of people are going to the internet and they're actually searching for your services, your products online. Number two, right? Think about your website as the foundation of your online presence, right? Because it's the one asset that you control end to end about your business, right? And like T-Rev said, make it look pretty, right? Grab people's attention, take advantage of that because 84% or so of people that are going to Google, they don't know who they're going to pick. So there's a high chance if you got a great website, it's better than the business down the street, you're going to get a shot at that opportunity. And then number three, start small. Think about your own backyard. Think about your town, your zip code, the neighboring zip codes, right? Because the more that you can invest in getting attention in those areas first, the more likely you're going to be able to actually get customers and you can begin to expand. That's how you start a good marketing strategy from our point of view at Scorpion. Thanks for joining this couple of minutes of Scorpion Insights.